Governor, I first want to get your reaction to that senator who's holed up in Illinois.
Well, Neil, he is engaging in dereliction of duty. They have abandoned their post. He is AWOL. I think at a minimum, the recall effort should go forward and get those public officials recalled for abandoning their responsibilities in their posts. And I think it's really important that America and all of us who believe in the need to restructure government stand with Walker, stand with Wisconsin. But as to those legislators, they're derelict in their duties and they should be removed from office.
Did this ever happen with you when you were governor? Something like this where people just not walk out is one thing, but just leave the state?
Oh, that's right. And no, it never happened with me. But the notion that they're, quote unquote, doing their job, as he just said, by not doing their job is preposterous. It's Alice in Wonderland. It's through the looking glass. It makes no sense at all. And when you raise your right hand and you look the people of Wisconsin or the country in the eye and say that you're going to uphold the Constitution and uphold your duties, and then the first time you have something that isn't going to go your way, you skedaddle like a little ninny out of the state, it is a dereliction of duty and they should be removed from office. It's preposterous.
So, Governor, when they turn around and they say the present governor of Wisconsin is the one who's derelict in his duties by going way beyond what he can and should, by stripping away union right to work, right, all that stuff. You say no.
Well, this is not Fantasy Island, Neil. The governor of Wisconsin has the opportunity and the responsibility to propose legislation. That's what he's done. It's clearly within his legal and constitutional rights and opportunities. He's in Wisconsin. He's at his desk. He's doing his job. And when these folks stare a challenge in the face, the first thing they do is cut and run. I mean, give me a break.
Do you think, because some Democratic critics have made this charge, Governor, that Republicans in their heart of hearts would love to bust up unions and would love to kill them off? And what's going on in Wisconsin is the opening act. What do you say?
Well, first of all, that's ridiculous. I was a member of a union myself. I come from a union family. When you have unions and collective bargaining, unions obviously throughout our history have played important roles as it relates to worker safety and heavy industry like mining and other industries like that. But when it comes to government, these are some of the most protected, coddled employees in the country. And they're also people who can not just negotiate with their bosses, but they can take over the government. I wrote an op-ed for the Washington Post not long ago and referred to it as a silent coup. So in the private sector, if the management and union don't agree, management has some tools in their belt. If the public sector unions don't like what management's doing, they can literally take out the management through the election process. So it's very different. And by the way, these folks have a ruling class mentality that says we're entitled to better benefits and pay than the people paying the bill. And I think the rest of the country is saying we're fed up, we've had enough, and that's why they support Walker and they support what he's trying to do there.
Governor, real quickly, Senator John Thune has opted out of the 2012 presidential race. Many argued that quickly benefited you, but it comes at a time when, as if he's had to repeat it, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie has said he's not remotely interested in a PAC or money-raising arm of any of the sort to induce him into the 2012 race. I often get the feeling that a number of Republicans are reassessing the 2012 picture and thinking Barack Obama might be unbeatable. What do you think of that?
Well, I don't think he's unbeatable. I think he should be beaten. I think he's not done a very good job as president. He doesn't deserve re-election. So I can't speak to what other people may think about the race, but I think the future of America is at stake. This is a great country. I don't like the fact that we've got people abroad and here thinking we're a nation in decline. We need to be positive and hopeful and optimistic, and we got to get this country moving again and talk not just about cutting. That's important, and I've done my share of that. But let's talk about growth as well, and we got a president who understands none of that.
So you're running then?
I'll let you know that very soon, Neil.
Governor, always a pleasure. Thank you, sir.
All right. Don't abandon your post.
All right. Why John Stossel's on the red carpet to raise the red flag about these union guys.
The excitement is contagious.
To your left, buddy. Eye contact.
Photographers actually do this even to me at movie premieres.
It feeds my ego.